Hey guys, what's going on, family of tech? If you guys have been thinking about getting a new macro lens for your Sony camera, in today's video we're gonna do just that, a comparison between two of the best macro lenses available in 2019. And that's the Sony E f2.8 versus the new release Laowa 100mm 2x magnification macro lens. Recently I did an unboxing of the Laowa that you can check it out right here, but in today's video I'm going to be comparing both lenses. I'm going to tell you what I like about them, what I don't like, image quality, physical difference, and sample videos. And hopefully this video will help you decide which of the two macro lenses you should get for your Sony system. So let's not waste any more time, and here we go. Build quality and physical differences. Both the Sony and the Laowa are made out of metal. The Sony weighs 1.3 pounds versus the Laowa 1.4 pounds. So there's not a big difference in terms of weight. However, the Sony is more front heavy than the Laowa, even though the Laowa is a much longer lens. So if you're planning on mounting the camera on a gimbal or a slider, the Sony is going to be a little bit more difficult to balance. On the Sony, you're going to find a lot of great features within the lens itself. Number one, electronic contacts, something that the Laowa doesn't have. It of course can autofocus, has image stabilization, has a focus limiter button allowing you to focus to infinity or just to 11 inches, and you can pull the focus ring forwards or backwards to toggle between auto or manual focus, and none of those features you will find it on the Laowa. However, you have to keep in mind that the Laowa is a $449 lens and the Sony is $1,100. So of course I like that Sony has all those features, but they come with a price tag. The Laowa has a filter size of 67mm and a minimum focus distance of 9.7 inches, and the Sony has a filter of 62mm with a minimum focus distance of 11 inches. So you can get more closer to your subject with the Laowa than you can with the Sony lens. Image quality. Many people say that the Sony is one of the sharpest lenses on the Sony system. Even DxOMark, which is an independent benchmark, rates the Sony as one of the top 10 sharp lenses you can get, and that's against all lenses ever made, so that's quite an accomplishment. The biggest difference between the two lenses is going to be the magnification ratio, which on the Laowa is 2:1 and on the Sony it's 1:1. So I'm going to show you sample photos side by side, taking at their minimum focus distance so you can determine image quality and magnification differences. Let's take a look. And lastly, for the video sample, I'm going to be showing you sample videos taken with both lenses. Something that I didn't mention before is that the Laowa is considered an apochromatic lens, meaning that it will give you no or minimum chromatic aberration in your images, something that the Sony doesn't have. It doesn't mean though that the Sony has any issues with chromatic aberration. However, the Laowa should be better in this category. In terms of ease of use for video, I had to give it here to the Sony, because it can either manual focus or autofocus, and the Laowa is a completely manual lens. But to tell you the truth, if you're shooting video on a macro level, I always end up shooting manually, because number one, it's easier for me, and number two, the Sony tends to hunt when you focus on a macro level. So you have to keep that in mind if you want to pay the extra money for the features the Sony has, especially if all you're gonna do is macro photography with the lens. And most experts will tell you that it's just better to focus manually than to use the autofocus when you're shooting at a macro distance. Alright guys, that's it for today. I hope you liked the video. Click the like button if you like it, and don't forget to subscribe for more camera, filmmaking, and drone tutorials. See you in the next one.